Welcome to Aya, and welcome to Aya Golden Energy Healing. In the last lesson, we talked about the chakra system in detail. There are many systems in the energy body: the chakra system, the free flow system that has storage areas, the Kundalini system, the karmic system. But there's another system called the Meridian system, which deserves a whole lesson on it. So today we're going to show you the Meridian system and teach you a few techniques of how to deal with it. Now, we already explained what the Meridian system was in a previous video, but just a little recap to start with. The Meridian system is a system of energy vessels in the energy body. Golden energy flows from the outside, it gets drawn in through our chakras, and it gets fed into a system of vessels, which then delivers the energy to the rest of the body. The vessels are quite thin, and they tend to run longitudinally down the body. They go inside the material body, but they also run outside of the material body, within the section of energy body that extends to around 10 centimeters outside the material body. You've got a central meridian running down the center line. And you've also got one running down each side of it. Then you've got some more running down the sides. And then down the legs as well. Also down the arms. And quite a few run over the head as well. Remember, it's quite close to the body, all within 10 centimeters from the material body. And then they run all the way down the back as well. Now, there's quite a concentration in the lower back area. That's something to note because sometimes that can cause problems. So before we show you some techniques, let's just talk about what can go wrong in the meridian system. So it's a system of vessels that carries energy from the chakras all the way into the material body. They actually deliver subtle magnetic energy to every cell of the material body because the material body needs a constant flow of this energy to stay alive. By the way, that's part of the Krebs cycle and cellular respiration, if you're interested. That's another story. So problems can occur in the vessels because if somebody has blocked chakras, the negative emotional energy overflows from the chakras and into the meridian system. So the meridians get blocked up as well. And when you've got blocked meridians, you really know about it because it causes pain. You can sometimes feel pain where the blockage actually is, or sometimes, if the whole system's all blocked up, then the pain can actually be in all sorts of places. Have you heard of fibromyalgia pain? It's a type of pain that can be all over the body, and it can shift around to all different parts of the body as well. Conventional healthcare don't really know how it works yet, although they do know it's got an emotional root to it. When you regularly give healing to people, it becomes pretty clear that fibromyalgia is the result of a completely blocked up meridian system. You know, when that happens, you also get chronic fatigue as well. And the reason that happens is the flow of subtle energy to all the cells of the material body gets reduced. And you need that energy flow in every cell of the body. If you don't get it, you run out of energy quick. You don't have enough for basic functions. So now let's talk about some golden energy healing techniques that you can apply in a healing session. The first thing to say is that you need to combine this with unblocking chakras. We did that in the previous lesson. If you have time, you can actually do it all in one long healing session. You go over all the chakras and then you go over the whole meridian system. So let's assume you've treated the chakra blockages already. So for the meridians, you'll have to do the front side first and then turn your recipient over and do the back as well. What you want to do is treat the major meridians individually first. The most important is the central meridian. So for this technique, you're going to use your hands and visualize a jet of energy coming out of your hands, and that jet is going to go straight through the energy body and meridians, but it's dissolving and disrupting blockages on its path. Now you can use the breath to help this, but it's not essential. You can just visualize the flow of energy coming out of your hands, and you form the intention in the mind that its purpose is to disrupt blockages in the meridians. That should program the right energy. So you start running your hands slowly down the central meridian first. Now, sometimes someone might come to you with some pain somewhere and it might relate to an actual blockage, so you can go straight there in that case. But in this example, we'll assume there's a blockage in the central meridian. So you run your hand slowly down the meridian and you visualize your energy going through it and dissolving the blockages. Now, if you've been practicing your intuitive visual sense, you might even see the blockage. Sometimes what will happen is that you'll feel like you're chasing a blockage down the vessel because the blockages move around. So the idea is to move it along and break it up at the same time. And bear in mind that the meridians are one-way vessels, so you'll need to chase it the right way. Now, in a more advanced course, we'll teach you about each meridian in more detail, but for the moment, you can generally assume that the meridians run down the body on the front side and then back up the body on the back side. That'll serve you well enough for the moment while you're practicing. So if you're just doing a generalized meridian healing session, you move from the central meridian and then run your hands down each side meridian, nice and slow. Don't forget your visualization, seeing the energy come out of your hands. And also don't forget to try and see the meridians as well. You can instigate the vision of them by at least trying to visualize them as you're working on them. They look a bluish color because they're inside the energy body framework. So once you've done all the sides, and by the way, there's a couple on each side, but you can just do a couple in one go. And you can start again and go over and over again. Make sure you go over them quite a few times. Obviously, when you do it, go slowly. I'm just going very quickly because I don't want to take up more time than I need to in the video. Next, you can go down each leg like this. And don't forget to go down the body on the front side. And then after, when your recipient turns around, you go back up the other way again. And you do it on all the meridians again. You can do the central one first, if you like. And then the sides. Make sure you do it very slowly, though. You know, sometimes when you find blockages, you end up chasing them around the head as well. You might even need to get your recipient to sit up sometimes. And you can go over the head meridians like this. And back down the front. So you can easily spend a whole healing session on the meridian system. But don't forget to combine it with the chakra clearing in some way. You could even do a chakra clearing session one day and then a meridian day the next session. And don't forget, at the end of a meridian session, it's a really good practice to end with a golden energy refresh. Remember, we taught you that in a previous lesson. The reason is not only because it's generally a good thing to do, but it's quite important after you've cleared the meridians because there's likely to be loads of bits of negative energy blockages floating around those vessels because you've been breaking them up. So doing a full golden energy refresh just clears out the whole energy body flow and replaces it with nice, clean, clear, golden energy. Okay, so now you know quite a few techniques for working on chakras and meridians. Follow or subscribe for the rest of the lessons. See you soon.